Hello, I'm Dr. David Thompson. For over 30 years, I've walked the halls of hospitals and private clinics, and I've seen a recurring tragedy. Let me tell you about Martha. Martha was 68, living in a small suburb outside of Chicago. When she first came to me, she wasn't just in pain, she was in mourning. She was mourning the life she used to have. She couldn't walk to her mailbox without leaning on a walker. Her knees felt like they were filled with crushed glass and rusted nails. Her children were already looking into assisted living facilities because she could no longer safely navigate the stairs in her own home. The experts told her it was just bone on bone, a natural part of aging, and that her only options were a lifetime of heavy painkillers or a risky total knee replacement. But today, if you visited Martha, you wouldn't find her in a nursing home. You'd find her in the Rocky Mountains. Last summer, she sent me a photo of herself at the summit of a trail she hadn't hiked in 20 years. How did she do it? It wasn't a miracle drug or a breakthrough surgery. Martha healed her knees using a simple, natural method that 97% of doctors usually overlook. We didn't just mask her pain, we changed the chemistry of her joint environment. We re-greased the gears. In the next few minutes, I am going to guide you through the exact implementation of this protocol. If you feel like your body is failing you, I want you to listen closely. Your joints aren't old, they are starving. Before we dive into the science, I want to get to know you. Please, go down to the comments right now and type in your age, your most troubling symptom, and how long you've been dealing with it. Are you a 52-year-old office worker whose knees ache after sitting for an hour? Are you a new mother dealing with postpartum joint laxity? Or perhaps you're in your 70s and fear losing your independence. I see thousands of comments like these, and I want you to know, this is not your fault. This isn't just genetics or getting old. In my 30 years of practice, I've found that the vast majority of joint degradation is actually due to a deficiency in 4 specific bionutrients. When these are missing, your synovial fluid, the oil of your joints, dries up, and your cartilage begins to fray like an old rope. For those who are new here, I'm Dr. David Thompson. This channel is dedicated to one thing: helping you live a healthy, independent life through the power of clinical, scientific nutrition. I've spent 3 decades treating thousands of patients who were told they had no hope. I've seen the dark side of the pharmaceutical industry, where symptoms are managed but never cured. My mission is to give you the tools to become your own best advocate. We don't do fads here. We do biology. Let's do a quick joint health audit. I want you to count how many of these 5 symptoms you experience on a regular basis. 1. The morning stiff leg. Do you need 10 to 15 minutes of moving around before your knees feel loose? 2. The staircase grumble. Does going downstairs hurt more than going up? 3. The Rice Krispies effect. Do you hear audible popping, clicking, or grinding, crepitus, when you squat? 4. The post-activity swelling. Do your knees feel puffy or warm after a simple walk? 5. The weather vane. Can you feel when a rainstorm or a cold front is coming in your joints? Count them up and comment the number below. If you have 2 or more, you are likely suffering from a combination of ischemia, poor blood flow to the joint capsule, and chronic inflammation. Think of it like a car engine. If you run your engine without oil, the metal rubs together, creates heat, inflammation, and eventually seizes up. Your joints are no different. We need to flood the area with anti-rust compounds and biological lubricants. The first bio-lubricant on our list is something you likely have in your pantry, but you're probably using it wrong. It's high-phenolic extra virgin olive oil, EVOO. Case study. Take Robert, a 55-year-old accountant. Robert's knees were so stiff he had to give up his Sunday golf games. He was taking 800 milligrams of ibuprofen daily, which was starting to tear up his stomach lining. We switched his cooking fats and had him take a specific medicinal dose of EVOO. After just 3 weeks, Robert told me the sharpness of the pain had dulled so much he could drive his car for 2 hours without needing to stretch his legs. Olive oil contains a miraculous compound called oleocanthal. At the molecular level, oleocanthal acts as a natural selective inhibitor of cyclooxygenase, COX, enzymes. This is the exact same mechanism as ibuprofen, but without the gut-clotting side effects. Furthermore, EVOO stimulates the production of lubricin, a glycoprotein that acts as the primary grease in your synovial fluid. It coats the cartilage, reducing the coefficient of friction to nearly zero. A landmark study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, 2015, found that oleocanthal significantly reduced the expression of pro-inflammatory cytokines like IL-6 and IL-1 in human cartilage cells. Essentially, it puts out the fire in the joint. Practical guide. The dosage: 2 tablespoons of high-quality, peppery, extra virgin olive oil daily. The golden time: take 1 tablespoon in the morning on an empty stomach and 1 in the evening. Notes: do not cook with this specific dose. Heat destroys the oleocanthal. Use it raw as a dressing or take it straight. Ensure the bottle is dark glass to protect it from light oxidation. Have you ever noticed a sting in the back of your throat when you swallow olive oil? That's the oleocanthal working. Let me know in the comments if you felt that peppery kick before. Next, we need to talk about the shock absorbers of the human body. This is cold water fatty fish, specifically the humble sardine. Elena, a 34-year-old woman, came to me 3 months postpartum. During pregnancy, her body produced a hormone called relaxin, which loosened her joints. After birth, her knees felt unstable and wobbly. By incorporating sardines into her diet 3 times a week, within a month, the stability returned. The clicking stopped because we rebuilt the fatty acid composition of her joint membranes. Sardines are the richest source of EPA and DHA, omega-3 fatty acids. These aren't just fats, they are structural components of your cell membranes. In the knee, omega-3s compete with omega-6 to reduce the production of prostaglandins that eat away at cartilage. They literally make the cartilage more spongy and resilient, allowing it to absorb impact rather than cracking under pressure. A 2017 meta-analysis in the journal Nutrients showed that high-dose omega-3 supplementation significantly reduced joint pain intensity and increased physical function in patients with osteoarthritis. Practical guide. The recipe: 1 tin of sardines, in water or olive oil, 3 to 4 times per week. The combo: always eat these with a source of vitamin C, like a squeeze of lemon. Vitamin C is a cofactor that helps the body integrate these fats into the collagen matrix. Avoid breaded or fried fish, as the vegetable oils used for frying contain omega-6, which cancel out the benefits. I know, sardines can be an acquired taste. Does the smell bother you, or do you have a secret recipe to make them delicious? Share it below to help the community. If your cartilage is the cushion, then collagen is the scaffolding that holds that cushion together. To rebuild it, we use slow-simmered bone broth. Arthur, a 72-year-old retired teacher, was told his cartilage was paper-thin. He felt a grinding sensation every time he sat down. We put him on a protocol of 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily. After 8 weeks, an MRI showed an improvement in the thickness and hydration of his joint capsule. He described it as his knees finally feeling tight and supported again. Bone broth is rich in type 2 collagen, glucosamine, and chondroitin. When you ingest these, they are broken down into signaling peptides. These peptides travel to the chondrocyte, the cells that build cartilage, and act like a work order, telling the cells to start producing new matrix. It's like sending a delivery of bricks to a construction site. A study in Applied Physiology, Nutrition, and Metabolism, 2017, demonstrated that athletes with activity-related joint pain who consumed collagen peptides showed a significant improvement in joint comfort and a reduction in the need for alternative therapies. The recipe: simmer beef or chicken bones with joints/knuckles for 24 hours with a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to leach out the minerals. Golden time: drink a warm cup in the evening. This is when your body enters repair mode during sleep. The combo: you must have adequate zinc and copper in your diet for collagen synthesis. Pumpkin seeds are a great addition here. Do you make your own broth, or do you buy the cartons? Be careful. Many store-bought versions are just flavored water. Comment homemade or store-bought below. Finally, we need a shield to protect the new cartilage we're building. Our champion here is broccoli, specifically broccoli sprouts. Susan, a 61-year-old librarian, suffered from flares. Her knees would be fine for a week, then suddenly swell up like balloons. By adding raw broccoli sprouts to her daily salad, those flares became less frequent and finally stopped altogether after 6 weeks. Cruciferous vegetables contain a potent sulfur-based compound called sulforaphane. Sulforaphane is a histone deacetylase (HDAC) inhibitor. In plain English, it blocks the enzymes that cause joint destruction. It's like a security guard that stands at the door of your cartilage and refuses to let the degrading enzymes inside. Researchers at the University of East Anglia, 2013, discovered that sulforaphane slows down the destruction of cartilage in joints affected by osteoarthritis. They called it a major step forward in non-surgical treatment. Practical guide. The secret: to activate sulforaphane, you must crush or chew the vegetable raw. The dosage: 1 cup of lightly steamed broccoli or a 1/4 cup of raw broccoli sprouts daily. Notes: if you steam your broccoli, add a pinch of mustard seed powder. Mustard seeds contain the enzyme myrosinase, which reactivates the sulforaphane that heat might have killed. How do you feel about broccoli? Is it a love it or a hate it? If you hate it, try the sprouts. They are tiny but pack 50 times the punch. We've covered a lot today. To recap, your joint lubrication protocol consists of: 1. High phenolic olive oil to reduce inflammation like natural ibuprofen. 2. Sardines to provide the omega-3 shock absorbers. 3. Bone broth to provide the collagen scaffolding. 4. Broccoli to act as a shield against further damage. My final advice is this: consistency is your best medicine. You didn't lose your cartilage overnight, and you won't rebuild it in a day. Give this protocol at least 30 to 60 days. Your body wants to heal, you just need to give it the right building blocks. Warning: if you are on blood thinners, please consult your doctor before significantly increasing your intake of omega-3s or vitamin K-rich greens like broccoli. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. My next video is going to cover the 3 toxic foods that are literally dissolving your bone density. You don't want to miss that one. I'm Dr. David Thompson. Stay active, stay independent, and I'll see you in the next video.